there, my name is Aruna Abraham. I'm a second-year Master in Management student studying at the Frankfurt School of Finance and Management. Frankfurt School is one of the most leading business schools in Europe, with an extensive network pool for students to make the most of their opportunity in terms of learning. Frankfurt School offers not just networking and learning from the most esteemed professors, but also we have so many interactive workshops for you to develop, not just in terms of your intellect, but in terms of your interpersonal skills. And you delve into real-world case studies during your studies here. As someone who comes from a STEM background and with no prior business background, when I was looking into options for my master's and not an MBA, Frankfurt School stood out to me, mostly because of the 3-day study model that the school offered, where it gave me the opportunity to not just study, but also work part-time, and that was important to me as an international candidate. At the time of applying, when I looked into the course structure as well as what the school offers for students, I found it enticing seeing both the 3-day study model, the interactive workshops that they offer, as well as the study abroad exchange programs that the school offered. The program that I looked into, which was the Master in Management, offered 4 different specializations, which piqued my interests, and I wanted to get more into the business and analytics side, which the MIM program offered. The program structure perfectly fit into what I was looking for, as I had the opportunity to work as well as study right from my first semester. So as an international student looking into options of working, the 3-day study model which Frankfurt School offered and which was also there for my program helped me start working from the first semester itself and be able to utilize my learnings from school into the work that I was into at the time. I'm basically from India. I've had prior work experience as a researcher when I worked in Norway, and that is when I decided research is something that I want to move away from and be in a more dynamic work environment. So I wanted to know how it looked in the industry, right? And when I chose to take on my studies at Frankfurt School, I wanted to get right into the job market and see what my interests are and what would fit in terms of my career path. And now it wasn't easy at all as an international one to start off at a company, because intercultural competence, you need to understand how a particular environment works and how you can also integrate yourself well in terms not just of contribution, but how you can belong in that environment as well. So that is something Frankfurt School helped me build on. First, in terms of our classroom interactions and group interactions, and understanding, if I may call it, the German work environment. And of course, with the 3-day study model, I was also able to apply for jobs, and fortunately, I got into a working student position within a leading life science company in Germany, which is based in Darmstadt. So at the time, for someone who had zero idea of strategy or anything in terms of how larger organizations function in terms of a business, the initial courses that I had helped me understand more of different portfolios and how this seamlessly fits into a business functioning properly, right? So all of these helped me to get a better understanding on what I can contribute to the team, which was more into project management at the time and more having a tactical approach to data analysis as well. When I was looking at business programs, my criteria was quite straightforward, I would say. One, a master's program which allowed people from a non-business background to apply. And as I mentioned, I come from a STEM background, and not many business schools in Germany allowed me to apply in the first place. But that is where Frankfurt School really stood out to me, because they didn't stop me from applying. In fact, they encouraged people of different professional backgrounds to apply, because it is a place of learning and an opportunity for you to expand your understanding, your learning, and how you can contribute in a work setting. So that was one of the main criteria, as well as what is the network or source of network pool look like. And again, Frankfurt School really stood out to me, because well established in Frankfurt, and not just in Frankfurt, across Europe, I must say. We have alumni working all over Europe as well as in the US, with some of our alumni, international alumni, back in their home country as well. So these were particular aspects that mattered to me as an international, and what really drew me about Frankfurt School. Looking at prospective business programs, Master in Management at Frankfurt School really stood out, mainly because of the different specialization tracks it offered. And what I wanted to delve more into was the track in data and business analytics, because I wanted to know more of how data analysis and business analytics help with better decision making and a data-driven decision making in a business setting. And the courses that they offered were in business simulation. There was AI and ML, which was quite a trending topic, and I wanted to know more as a beginner, with the opportunity to, in a way, learn risk-free. And it offered so many real-world case scenarios, and after speaking with my then seniors, I was able to get a better understanding whether it really fit my interests or what I wanted to know, and it did. So Frankfurt School offered quite a few options in terms of fundings and scholarships, and also how you can pay in installments as well. So as an international, it was important for me to know that I had options in terms of how I can fund, as well as if there were opportunities to assist in that. Although I went with the self-funding options, the types of financing really helped me. There was a course in particular, which was organizational behavior and leadership, that really stood out to me. And as a working student in the transformation office of a leading science and technology company, it was fascinating to me how certain case studies that we dealt with in class, I could resonate with in terms of how it was actually happening in my company. And to gain practical experience through observations is something that my program, or this particular course, really helped me with. Looking back, I would definitely pick the same specialization again, although it is probably the most challenging track offered in the MIM program. Being as challenging as it was where I learned the most out of my master's programs, because it meant getting completely out of my comfort zone, getting into case studies that were so very different from what I was used to in a research background, and it really expanded not just my learning, but also helped in creative problem solving, keeping in mind a data-driven approach. The only advice that I would have for any future student is to make sure that you network with not just your faculty, but also current students in a program that you're interested in, and make sure that you experiment as much as you can and learn as much as you can, not just from a classroom setting, but so much more from your interactions with your peers, your professors, as well as any kind of work that you get into as a student. One of my highlights being a student at Frankfurt School was the amazing opportunity that I had to be a team lead for a cross-cultural consulting project that happened all the way across China. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I had. We dealt with case studies with a leading private energy company in China, and we basically took on the role of consultant, and they didn't see us as student consultants, and we had a wonderful interaction with our partner university in China, which was ZIBS, Zhejiang International Business School, and made new friends as well, and acquaintances, and a wonderful opportunity to understand a completely different culture. Another thing that Frankfurt School offered, which I totally enjoyed, was the numerous student initiatives. And I am an active member of FS Music. I love music and anything that involves music. And it wasn't just about studies for me. So to get into a group or a club where we could have fun doing something beyond classes or case studies was also a breath of fresh air.